To Dispatch Training Center, and it's me, Alex, your sassy dispatcher and that direct, pushy, but very, very knowledgeable instructor. Well, today we're finishing our January 2025 Pro Dispatch training, and this is going to be moment of the truth. What our students are thinking about our training, what did they learn, and how did our practical sessions went today. Let's ask our students, what do they think about our training? Did they learn? Are they feeling comfortable and confident to start dispatching carriers in the USA? What are the challenges? What are the skills? What else do they have to put together to finally start this exciting new path in their life? Well, we're going to share the experience. We're going to show you some clips from today's practice. And of course, only honest reviews from the students. Like, share, sign up, and register for the next class, which started on March 1st. And we're going to see you here.
Delivery Monday morning, any possibility we can deliver on Friday?
On Friday? Well, it's gonna be 900 miles. That's why I asked you if you've got a team or a solo, because if you pick up tomorrow, there's no way you can do 900 miles and be there on Friday, right?
Why there is no price? Andreas, why there is no price? If there would be a price, if there would be all the details, where is the pickup? Would they need dispatchers? No, they would need just trackers. Click, like Amazon, click, click, and click, correct? That's why it's different to work, for example, with Amazon, to work with a exactly load board, because there is at least prices. And here, you need to use your skills. You need to know what you're doing. And why is they doing that, Andreas, in this market? Because they're looking for people who is going to settle for anything and who is afraid to even ask, right? That's why.
Right.
Yes. Tell me, what did you learn from my training, and what do you think we can do as a future pro dispatchers to improve this industry? What do you think the first thing you're going to do for yourself?
To be honest, I learned a lot of things, especially how to analyze the market, what I was looking for. Especially when we talked over the phone, I said, I need something to know when the market rates go up and rates go down. And that's what I really liked, and I learned. And now I analyze the market much better.
Okay. So
And
you analyze the market. Can we justify that the market's always going to be different? That's why we need to do that analytics almost every day, right? To see what's exactly is going on. Depends on weather, the season, even the day of the week, right? Did we learn that?
yes.
Okay. What else, Mr. Omid? What do you think? What did you improve personally?
Personally, communication, analyze the market.
Good job. So would you recommend my pushy direct training to people who want to become pro dispatchers?
Yes.
That was not very convincing. But I'm trying to teach you that you, as a dispatcher, cut the nonsense out. But you're right. You have to even hear who you're talking to, right? Who is the person and how to connect to them. So right now, you answering the biggest question, even with the drivers. When you're going to dispatch different drivers, right? For certain people, you have to be very polite. And some people are going to say, well, I don't care. Just give me the load. So this is the biggest challenge for dispatchers, that we need to be able to find that way we connect to each.
It's ready right now. It's already done. There's no waiting.
Okay, so it's waiting. Well, I see you posted this.
Yeah. The last thing we want to do is send a truck in there and have to pay Antonio because it's not ready. So we wait till the orders are confirmed. That's why it's so late in the day, because they finally just said, hey, it's ready to go. So want to get a truck on it. We don't like booking trucks out for produce, especially on the border, because a lot of times it's not ready.
Yes, of course. So what are you offering as of right now?
Well, I always want to be as cheap as possible. I can start off around like 62. What are you guys trying to get your truck?
62. Well, I see you posted 61, 6,000. Well, let's see everybody's paying. Do you think you can meet me at 73?
I don't know if the customer needs, because that's a lot higher than what I was expecting. You know, I could probably come up with like $300, but I don't think I can get over
300,
what we're
300 bucks.
Yeah.
Well,
I probably like, you know, 64.50 maybe, somewhere around there.
64.50. Well, if you can put my offer at 68, you can call me back.
You know, I'll run it by the customer. I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. And what's
Give me just a minute. What's your name? I'll call you right back.
my name is Alex.
Really nice to meet you. I'll call you soon.
Yeah, nice to meet you
so
too.
much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. He called me, right? So did I start jumping? No, I took my time. I verify with him the what is he. But what was the biggest thing I had to do? I had to log in and exactly post what? Nogales to Bronx. Well, we are going to most of the reefers, well, who goes to Bronx, this is a Hunts Point market, the marketplace. So this is okay. Most of the drivers do that. It's not a New York, it's Bronx, but we go into the market and we're getting out. What else? Well, I wanted to see if he's gonna be honest with me, right? Didn't I want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
So look, I could verify by the company and find him. He was a Giro Logistics. So I see somebody posted for 6 from his office, 60. So he was actually honest. He said, well, I can do 62. Yes. Well, we ask if it's ready. Correct? Correct. We ask him to verify who is actually receiver. When you guys gonna be working with the reefers, you guys gonna see Armada Brothers. You're gonna see all those giant food. You're gonna learn, and you're gonna also learn who is a good receiver in Bronx, who is not. In this case, it was a good receiver. So what did I give him, the price? Well, I told him 70 something, right? He said, oh, it's probably too much. He ended up already from 62 to what?
64.50 was his highest, he said.
64.50 for now. Well, did I stick to that? No, I need actually 7,000. Or what did I give him? I gave him flexibility. I put my offer on 68 because if we look at the board, 68 would be a good price for today. Exactly for today. Exactly from this area to Bronx. Yes, Matthew?
Yeah.
So did we do the steps? Well, we went, we compare, we found this guy. So we know that he's real. We see that he's not lying. He's a nice gentleman. He was a nice gentleman. He was polite, right? And I was polite back to him. So do we have good brokers and good carriers and dispatchers? Yes, yes, and yes, right? From Colombia, what do you think we need to improve and exactly for you? What do you think the biggest challenge for you right now, or if you are ready to start dispatching tonight?
I'm ready. I feel pretty ready. It's just a matter of a little of gaining experience. As long as I keep calling the frankness that I have right now, the first calls will disappear absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of call. It's just a matter of experience, but I feel pretty ready. Attention to details. That's the most important thing on this job. Attention to details, be aware of everything, because as we saw today, brokers will try to catch me up on any little details just for later tell me, hey, no, once my driver gets to the facility, they know you cannot be here for this and that, tarari, tarara. And I mean, small details. It's just a matter of that. But yeah, I definitely feel ready to start taking calls. At least 1, 2 trucks, something that I can handle while I gain that experience. I'm pretty happy taking your courses, of course, taking your classes.
And you were under the fire today, right, guys? We told that we're gonna put you under the fire because we want to make sure that you represent outsourcing with a good reviews, because it doesn't matter where you're located. When you know what you're doing, you can be anywhere and you have all the possibilities. You have everything what it takes. you spend even money for you. This is not a little money to spend for education. So you invested
Not
in
at all.
yourself. You figure out, I'm not gonna just pretend to be dispatcher. So that's a star for you right there. Second, you were very active, right? Very active in the class. Even today, after we were dealing with all of this, you are an honest person and say, yes, I did not pay attention to the details. Yes, Alex, it's not because you're trying to be mean to me, but now I understand how fast I can miss those details, right? So very proud of you.
Yes.
I'm very
I mean,
proud of you. And I'm telling you, honestly, I always give honest reviews. Yes. Mr.
and it'll dep
Armin, Mr.
I mean,
Armin has a big potential. You have potential, everybody, but you have to now concentrate on how you're going to market yourself. And I tell you, for you, first, your big advantage is speaking other language, right? Spanish is
yes.
big, is big, is big. Educating those hardworking guys. You have all that information, so start your presence. I know your worries is like, well, I'm not there, but again, if you do a good job, your plus is gonna be, well, you're gonna charge less because for you it's still gonna be a good living in Colombia, right?
Yes.
Well, of course you're gonna concentrate to go higher, but at least you can start. So for you, it's just a matter of start doing it, marketing correct, and do not lie that you and USA. I'm telling you, people gonna trust you more when you're gonna say yes. But I worked for the USA company before. I took training.
Yes.
I am not taking as trying to be dispatcher. I'm actually know this job, right? But
Right.
you have to remember, you're not gonna become there 24/7. You're not gonna let them mistreat you just because you're in a different country. You're not gonna take it slightly if some broker is gonna give you nonsense because we all sound different and we have accent, because you are a great human with a big talents and possibilities. So don't let them walk on you, right?
Yes.
But also remember, you protecting your future carriers and existing carriers. So you're gonna really pay attention to that, right? And we had enough examples, real examples in a class. What can go wrong, right? Yes?
Yes.
Good. So would you
Yes.
recommend my training?
Absolutely. Yes.
Will I receive my review on a Google and a Facebook later today? Honest review.
Absolutely.
Honest review.
Yes. Honest reviews. Yeah. Anytime that I have the chance to have played my comments on your videos on your TikTok,
I know
I
you do.
mean, there has been really good classes. I took my time to choose what kind of course I had to take because I definitely knew that I had to take some classes, despite I already have some background in logistics and this. Right now, I'm just still like trying to figure out how I will be organizing, how I will be setting up
Mm-hmm.
everything, right? Like my workspace. That's
Mm-hmm.
my biggest concern right now,
Mm-hmm.
how I am going to be set up. But knowledge, I know that I already have. You gave it to me already. I have investigated a lot. So yeah, it's just a matter of to be properly set up. As you saw me, I was taking notes while I had to be looking at my map instead of the
Mm-hmm.
taking the notes. But still, it's just a matter of taking calls. It's a matter of experience.
Yeah.
Perhaps 1 2 weeks later, I'll be a pro dispatch.
Yeah, and I want you to start taking results. It's gonna be one of the way. I know you don't believe in TikToks and Instagrams, but that's how people connect. And
Yes.
it can be really helpful. At some point, you're probably gonna have more carriers than you can dispatch, and then you can
Yes.
build the service, right? Because you have a
Yes.
personality. People will connect to you. You have knowledge, so use it. Do you really think
Yes.
I love to go and gather? I'm freaking 47 years old. Do you think I want to go and be on TikTok and YouTube? But that's the way the reality works now,
Hmm.
right? So use it for your advantage. Use it for actually improving yourself. But again, just remember, when people ask questions, if you don't know, tell them honestly, let me look into it. And
all
now,
new for me, and I really learn a lot. Just and plus communication. And for me, like for Matthew, it's easy or whatever. It's like Zoom communication. Even if when I start first class, I was shiny, because I never use, like so many people is like, but that is good because I am very good communication over the phone, no problem. Okay,
Yeah,
but
so
it's
you
like,
stepping outside of your box. It's a good,
yes.
it's already good sign that, yeah, can she be a dispatcher, Matthew? Yes. She just need to polish few questions and she's doing really good. But did you pay attention that every time I was asking anything logical with a mess and so she was calculating, right? She was catching. She's like, no, that's a BS. No, that's what you should ask. So she learned this industry already. So for you, Natasha, it's only improving your English a little bit. You do have English, right? You just have to be confident. And for you again, it's a settings. When you're gonna
Yeah.
have two screens, when you're gonna be able to see all this, it's gonna be way easier, right? Plus, what is your big plus? You have a husband who is on the road. So when you were going through the class, well, you can discuss this, right? And actually, probably you can teach him a lot of things he does not even know as a driver, how it really
Of
goes on this side. Talking. Why do you think that that's something you want to do?
Okay, from my background, I am accounting. Plus, in Ukraine, I was working like in a carrier, with a big company. I was in the phone worker. It's like dispatch.
Find something that you can utilize your talents that you used previously
Yeah,
in
and
Ukraine.
plus I'm get older. I'm 50 years old, and I, just tired to like do some
Physical work,
hard job.
right? So
Okay.
so finally you want to start doing something from home and still make a money and
Yes.
actually start enjoying because we can see Natasha is very social person, right, Andres? We can see she likes to talk and she gets excited and she has that spark. So hopefully with knowledge right now, right? With
Yes. Just
extra
thank you.
reality check, you
Extra reality. It's exactly.
So, Natasha, would you recommend my classes for people who are kind of looking for the new path, for people who still have some kind of uncertainty? Well, maybe my English is not as good. Maybe I am too old to start something new. Maybe this is
No,
not
it's
for
never
me.
old because it's my personality. Every 10 years you have to change something for you because you just improve yourself. Okay.
Look at that. She's already motivated, right, Andres? Wow, she's improving herself. It's never too late. So, only thing you need a knowledge and you need to have goals and desires. Do we think, guys, that she's gonna become a good dispatcher? Yes, I think so. She has all the things under her belt. Plus, she has other advantage as Andres. She speaks at least what? How many more languages do you speak?
Ukrainian, Russian, and Polish. Yeah.
And Polish
Fluency.
in
Yeah.
Chicagoland, right? That's the biggest advantage. So, would you recommend my training? Honestly,
200% plus 100 more.
thank you, Natasha. Thank you. Well, welcome and thank you for being in class, doing the homeworks, and really participating. I'm very proud of you, not because I got to know you a little bit closer, but because I'm instructor who gives you real feedback. I see the big improvement, and yes, you do have passion for this, and you also really good communicator. So that's something you can do. You now, so Matthew.
Mm.
What do you think? Where you're coming from totally different
Yeah.
background. So born in USA who has a good
Hmm.
career in banking. Why the
Yeah.
hell do you want to be a freight dispatcher? Isn't banking something you can grow in?
So I probably want to come at this from a different angle. I first want to talk about training because I feel like, I don't want to like mix my journey before this. So first off with training, because I don't know if you're recording this, but if you are, just for anybody else watching, coming from a different industry is that like what Ahmed said, it's a lot, right? Even at first, I'll be honest with you, like my first 2 weeks, I was so overwhelmed, I questioned if I could even do it. To be honest, like, I really was like not on top of the work as much as I should be. I didn't think it was gonna be so much from because of other videos I saw on YouTube, to be honest. So I started getting into it, and it becomes a lot more. But I think you do such a great job of like incorporating what like the the stuff that you give us specifically, like with all the worksheets and the reading content, like, so basically if you're coming from another industry, like it's possible. Like I'm finished now, but I'm not finished, if that makes sense. Like there's still plenty of stuff to learn and more to go over, but it can be done. I think today was like a good, showing for me that like again, I can do this sort of thing. And I think a big thing right now is, like everybody, for example, banking, right? It sounds like a beautiful career at times. Doesn't pay as much people think. It's very hard. Um, and and if you look at similar components, right? Like, we're tested on, risk, being perfect. We can't make mistakes. If we make mistakes, that could cost us our job or be a liability to a customer. And this is a very similar, situation, I guess, with the carriers you're dealing with. So that's why I was kind of drawn to it. But again, going back just from your training, I would definitely recommend it 1,000%. When I was on the fence looking at other, courses out there where people were saying like, I mean, it's crazy how much you covered. Like it's again, I know you always say this, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if you charged more. I still think it would be worth it. But yeah, I would recommend, your course 1,000%. And then for me and why freight dispatching logistics, I kind of mentioned my story before, but I came across a guy who was doing this and yeah, he was making a great amount of money, but he just didn't know enough. I felt like, he just maybe knew a few carriers and like he's making like 60 grand a month, but he was doing bad, like financially, I guess, low per mile. We learn about so much stuff in the operations side. So, didn't think that really worked out for him, but I wanted to learn more. So again, with the logistics, what I like about it, again, you can work from home. With freight dispatching, this is something that you can also scale to. We talk about a service all the time. There's other services as why I'm taking safety, invoicing. There's a bunch, but I really like the idea that you can work from home, make your own schedule. You can grow this. It's not just a one-stop shop. So um, yeah, for me again, it was just kind of like something that really connected. And I'm very analytical, and I like the honestly, I also love sales too. I feel like that side of things, it's always fun. So today was a good example of that. I know it was a dry van example, but it was nice to feel like I'm squeezing the guy a little bit. But
You were,
yeah.
and we're learning today, and it was really good. Actually, we learned a lot today on those practical
Mhm.
Hmm.
calls, right? Because we see how things can easily become that nightmare, right? And I mean, when you were, remember, this is only first, second phone call. When you're gonna call
Hmm.
them 1 week or 2 week, well, first, you already gonna know what to say and how to say. Second, well, I'm watching you, so I'm putting you under that pressure,
Hmm.
right? Some of you
Yeah.
were sweating, some of you turning off the camera, some of that you were getting pissed. She's picking on me. Some of you were like, "Oh my God, I'd better do the better phone call," right? But
Hmm.
this is to show you the reality because remember, when you have 4, 5 trucks, when you have your drivers and everything, you're gonna be working under that stress. But if you really know what you're doing, that stress is going to be so joyful because in the end of the day, even in this market, you're still going to do your job. And this is the best thing you can have in the end of the day, reward from doing something really good, right? Because even
Yeah.
if the nonsense going on, you still have to think. So what did we learn today from Florida? Well, don't even waste your time, right? It's better to deadhead and start
Hmm.
concentrating on that Georgia, right? It's start to concentrate on what we're gonna do, but being realistic. What is our drivers? Where is he going? When is his vacation? How does he drive? His ELD, is he strong driver? Knowing the equipment. So I do strongly believe that I gave you more than enough to start this, at least not from here, but at least from here. But your goal is over time to improve and go higher and higher.
Yeah.
And that's why learning can never stop. Never. Because things are changing, requirement changing, negotiation change. Look at this guy who was offering us AI assistance, right? So now,
Hmm.
even when you decide to choose something like this, analyze. And did we analyze, Matthew, that so far that product is not even worth buying, right?
Yeah.
Because you'd better go directly to truck stop. Would you recommend my training to girls, to all American younger generation who really want to work for themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to say one last thing. And what's really nice about dispatching, if you are interested in this, again, because we do get like a commission style payout, there's many, many, many roles out there where you're doing a sales job for a salary. And then nothing hurts more than putting a lot of effort into something and not getting rewarded for it. So if that's something that you want to get paid for your effort, I think this is a really, really good place to start. And yeah, I would definitely recommend anybody if they're looking to switch. Yeah, take your course for sure.